All right, so let's get started with current events. I'm telling y'all right now, I don't have no Genghis kicks because ain't nothing dropping, and it's just the world is on pause. So I'm gonna just do the best I can here, but it's really not a whole lot to talk about. But I'm gonna stretch it. I got a few things to say, so I'm gonna stretch it as far as I can. All right. So where to start? So I'll start where I usually end. So everybody's in the house watching, mass streaming and everything, Netflix and everything. So I'll make a few suggestions. The first one, listen, if you, I promise to God, if you don't watch anything else in your life ever on Netflix, please watch Tiger King. I can't even explain it. It has to be seen to be believed. If I told you what it was about, you would not. But it's like, just watch it. Just watch. You won't be. It's like 5 or 6 episodes. Can't remember how many. And every episode is like tops the last. It's great craziness for being stuck in the house. And then on Hulu, I really don't mess with Hulu because Hulu, like, I don't know if it's because my TV is, I got a Samsung, high fidelity TV. I don't know what it is, but like Hulu's streaming speed does not coincide with my TV. And I've heard other people have the same complaint. So I don't know if it's, I don't know what the issue is, but like the streaming speed, it doesn't coincide. Like it's constantly buffering. Sometimes it's pausing. Sometimes it'll cut my TV completely off, and then like you got to go through, turn it all the way back on, and then you can't get it where it is. You gotta like it doesn't. It's a pain. So I don't really carry Hulu. I keep it for Handmaid's Tale, but now I have it because sorry Little Fires Everywhere with Reese Witherspoon and Kerry Washington. It only got 2 episodes. That's the other thing I don't like about Hulu. It's a streaming service. People get streaming because they want to stream, because they want to binge, because they want to watch it all at once or more than 1 episode at a time. Hulu does that, drop 1 episode a week. Another reason I really don't deal with them. So I've watched the first 2 because they have the first 2 up. I'll wait a few more weeks to get the second 3. I don't want to do, like, this is not network TV. Why you got me on a cliffhanger for, why you got me on the cliffhanger for a streaming show? I just don't, I think that defeats the purpose. But that's pretty good. There's a new, if you don't mind subtitles, there's a new French show on Netflix called Vampires. It's pretty decent. Starts a little slow and then it picks up and then it gets a little slow again. I'm in episode like 4 or 5. Not really sure where it's going, but it's about vampires. Sorry. Damn, y'all. Sorry. It's about vampires, which is cool. It's subtitled in French, but if you know a little French, then you can get away with it because it's not like, Shakespeare in French. It's pretty basic. Yeah, and what else? I'm trying to think of what else I've been watching. I think that's it that I can recommend right now. And there's like a whole bunch of classics on there. Harlem Nights. It's a whole bunch of stuff on there. Like they know people in the house. The other thing that they have on streaming on Amazon, which they got like movies now that were supposed to come out in the theaters, but since can't nobody go, they putting them out on Amazon, which is fine, cool idea. But like I don't understand the pricing structure, because if you go to the movies in the theater, if I was to go to like see a regular movie, let's say Invisible Man, no IMAX or anything like that, it won't be like 16. No, it'd be like $12, $14, right? But to stream it is $20, and I'm like, what's the extra cost? Because I'm stuck in the house. So I don't know. I've heard Invisible Man was good. I want to see it. I'll probably break it. They did have a deal that was 2 movies for $20. Now that's a good deal because that's $10 a movie. But I ain't want to see the other movie, so I'll wait for them to do that again. I want they're gonna put Issa Rae's next joint out on streaming. I'll watch that. And I don't know. Janelle Monáe's joint was supposed to come out in April. I don't know what they're gonna do with that, so maybe they'll put that on there too. But I'm waiting. If I'll do the 2 for $20 if I can get 2 that I want to see. But I ain't want to see whatever the other shit was they had with Invisible Man. So what? So what's been going on? So I'm blessed. I'm not complaining. I know a lot of people aren't blessed to work from home or can't work from home. I can, but like I've said this on here before, and I will reiterate it. I do not like working from home. I ain't like it before Corona. I don't like it during Corona. I'm not gonna like it after Corona. I don't like it. I don't like working in my house. I don't like having to be in my house and work. I don't. It's not for me. I don't like it. I don't. My house. I come here. I want to watch TV. I want to get a drink. I want to chill. Whatever. Sleep. I don't like working. I just don't. I don't like feeling chained to my computer. I don't like having to do calls and all that shit. I just don't like it. So this is killing me. It's draining me. All y'all on internet talking about y'all on this live and that live. I'm like, what are y'all doing all day that y'all got jobs? That y'all could be on the thing like this, because that's another reason I don't like work from home. The reason why I really did not like work from home, because when I used to work before law school, I worked for the government, as I've told y'all many times, and they would allow you to work from home, but it's like this attitude where, because if you're home, you can do things at your leisure, and then, you end up spending 12, 13, 14, 15 hours a day because you're working from home. Because fuck that. Let me take a nap. Oh, let me go outside. I don't like that. I don't want to do that. I'm giving you your same fucking time that I would in the office. And so that means I'm chained to, I'm chained to the computer. And with Corona, it's like, at work, when you work from home, you just realize you don't work 8 hours. Like, I work 4 or 5 hours a day, but you can break your day up. You break your day up. So, you come in, you get yourself I come in, I get myself situated. I purposely do not get coffee on the way to work, because I don't like to get right to work when I come in. So I come in, I put my shit down, I situate myself, I log in, do everything, get everything set up for the day. Then I get up and I go down and get my coffee. Okay. By the time I do that, come back up, open my coffee, take a couple sips, all right, ready to go. So I can chug pretty much through till lunch. That takes me till, lunch, which I usually take around 1. And, you go to the bathroom every now and then just to get up. But, basically that's like a 4-hour stretch till 1 o'clock. No problem. Get whatever done, whatever calls, whatever you got to do done. Cool. Then you go to lunch. All right, you come back from lunch. Now it's like 1:32, depending on how you do it. Okay, so now you're on the back end. So you do your little work. This is my schedule to 2 to 3. Then I always go stop and get coffee between 3 and 4. I try to do it closer to 3. Sometimes I don't make it till 4, but I try to do between 3 and 4. Now it's another little break. You go downstairs, get your coffee, whatever. If it's cold, you get your coffee. You come back. When it's warmer, when it's summer, you can take a little bit longer, whatever, because you outside. Now you come back up. Now you at 3:30, and now you're pushing through till 5. Like, your day is broken up. You're not chained to your desk. Plus, you at work. I don't really talk a whole lot, but the people on my side, we all cool. So we do chit chat, a little bit. But it's different here. Stuck in the house where you can't go nowhere, you can't do nothing. I'm miserable. I don't like it. I understand. I'm gonna talk more about the Rona in a minute. I understand this is a pandemic and they don't want shit to spread, but like at some point, look, if they want somebody to fucking volunteer tribute to go back to work, it would definitely be me, because I feel like I'm good now. Yeah, so work from home is killing me. All y'all that's watching TV all day and doing the lives all day, God bless. I don't know what jobs y'all got, but I'm not able to do that. I got to work. And the other part about it is I don't like is I'm not as productive, because I have, I have my work laptop. Well, I have my home laptop, but I don't do work on my home laptop. I don't want them in my shit. So I requested a work laptop, which I have now. But it's like a laptop screen at work. I have 2 big ass. Some people have 3. 3 would be nice, but that's doing the most. I have 2 really big, those like big Mac curved screens that they have now. I've got 2 of those. So very efficient. The things that I need static, I put on one screen. The things that I need to move around and switch around, I put on the other screen. It's very fast, One laptop screen is torture. It's torture, because you gotta you click on one thing. It's just torture. So I'm not going nearly as fast as I could. It's very frustrating. There's a VDI dial in, so it's a little pause on that as opposed to if you were straight, straight into the mainframe. It's just annoying. And I refuse to buy a monitor. My friend was like, you don't have a monitor? I'm like, no, I don't have a monitor. I don't know anybody who has a monitor. Most people I know have laptops, because we live in New York City, and who wants a big ass computer monitor on top of a TV? It's just unnecessary, unless you got a house or computer room or something. And I just never had a need for a monitor, like ever. For what? I don't have kids. I'm not doing schoolwork, so I don't need it. And even when I did schoolwork, I did my law school work on the laptop. So I don't, I haven't had a computer monitor in probably like since like early like 2003, 2005, something like that. Like, this the last time I had a monitor like that. All right, so yeah, so might as well go on to the Rona. So yeah, okay. No. Let's go out of order. So I wanted to say something real quick because I'm admittedly don't know a lot about it. Don't know a lot about dude. Don't know a lot. I mean, you know, I know the situation, but I don't have a lot of details and not, you know, but Andrew Gillum, who had run for governor of Florida, governor. I think it was governor of Florida, almost won. Probably, much like Stacey Abrams, probably would have won had he got cheated. Well, this is one time though, like, thank Lord he did not, because now I had heard some rumors, but you know, let me just say, in 2020, I'll just say this. In 2020, if you hear quote fingers rumors of somebody might be gay or might be queer, it's usually kind of true, because it's not like it's not like a smear like it used to be, right? So people don't really, I mean, yeah, we know dumbasses say it, but I mean, when somebody is prominent like that, and you know, and you start hearing buzzes, and you know, they might be not straight, you know, I pay attention, but not really, but you know, I do. And so I had heard little rumors about him, but I was like, yeah, he running for governor, like, you know, you would think a person running for an office like that with that kind of, I don't want to say skeletons, because, you know, it's not wrong being gay, but I mean, it is something wrong with being in a closet with a wife and 3 kids and having a secret life that, you know, nobody knows about. It's something wrong with that. So I will say that skeleton in the closet, and then still running for governor, you would think that somebody wouldn't do that. But I mean, John Edwards did it. I mean, people do that shit all the time. I never know what they're thinking, but they do. Like, you didn't think that was going to come out. But anyway, so the story broke that the first story that broke was he was in a place where a friend of his had an ambulance call because they OD'd on crystal meth, right? In the white gay world, where that is not implying that other people don't take it, but is mainly known as a white gay male party drug. They call it Tina. And that, you know, he was in a hotel room, and an ambulance was called because somebody that he was in the room with overdosed on Tina. Now, as soon as I heard that Tina hotel room, the prior rumors I heard about him being gay, that the 2 and the 2 just like Voltron for me, and I was like, okay, I guess he is gay. I guess those rumors are true, because anytime you hear about Miami, a hotel room, and Tina, I'm just saying, not saying other people don't use meth. People on the internet was like breaking their necks to claim meth. I don't know why. Oh, y'all think black people don't use meth? Hey, I don't think nothing about meth at all, to be honest with you. But as soon as I heard that, I was like, oh, okay, I guess he's gay, and I know that that's a situation that's probably a little bit more than they're saying. So then he came out a little bit later in the day, or maybe the next day, said he was at a wedding. He was drunk at the wedding, and he, you know, was in the room when they attended to his friend. Now, I didn't believe that story, because like I said, as soon as I heard Tina OD'd ambulance in the presence of, I was like, okay, those rumors are true, because I don't know about y'all. You know, first of all, people who don't do drugs don't tend to be anywhere near or around people who do. Not talking about, not talking about weed. I'm talking about hard drugs. I'm talking about drugs, crack, cocaine, damn sure methamphetamine. Like, you ain't nowhere you could ever take me where somebody is going to pull out some meth in my presence and I'm going to still be there to attend to you in any manner. I'm out. Cocaine, same thing. I'm Gen X. I survived the crack era. I know these new kids, y'all think the drugs is cool, drugs are sexy. We don't do that shit. We do not. I do not play around with nothing stronger than weed. I don't do it because, you know, just when you live through what we lived through, and you know what them drugs can do, and seeing what them drugs can do, it's just not for me. So I didn't believe that story. I was like, bro, you was not in no hotel room with a bunch of gay white dudes and you was just drunk and not doing no drugs, and whoever else was in that room with you where you were just drunk and not doing no drugs was doing drugs to the point where they OD'd and had to have an ambulance call. So I wasn't believing none of the story, but I was like, well, whatever. You know, good thing he didn't win governorship, because that would have been a nightmare, because we would have never heard the end of it from, you know, the Republicans and shit. So then a couple days, actually 2 days ago, the pictures hit the Twitters, hit the internets, and it was he's finished. Like, it was a picture of him naked on the floor. There's a pillow next to him that looks like what looks to me like Fleet Water on the pillow. If you don't know what that is, I'm not gonna go into too much detail, but gay males, when they have, you know, sex, they the ones that are clean anyway, because I've heard not everybody does it, they have to fleet first. They have to do an enema, you know, to clean everything out or whatever. So it looked like that to me. He was on the floor, butt ass naked, balls out. They blurred his private parts, but I mean, he was naked on the floor. There's drugs everywhere. He's got throw up. The picture, you could, whoever took the picture is a white person, a white male, because you can see their foot a little bit in the picture. And I mean, he is just assed out on the floor. It's just horrible. So you know, you can Google it, the pictures are everywhere. But and I was like, damn, Andrew, they caught you out here. You know, like, I don't really have nothing to say about that, because I don't, you know, look, again, you could be gay, you could be all that. I wouldn't be on no crystal meth, but whatever. But if you got to understand that if you live in that lifestyle, you doing those kind of things, you have to be careful. And these motherfuckers in a regular ass hotel room, and you doing drugs so bad to the point where you fucking fell out on the floor, and they taking a picture of you, and you know, you can go to rehab and all that, but I don't see no comeback from this. I don't see no comeback from this, because when it was just a story, or he was able to control the narrative, sure. But now we got a picture. Like, nigga, anybody who has ever been drunk or ever been anywhere, partied, had a bad night, gonna see that picture and be like, bro, like you know, plenty of people done passed out, plenty of places, plenty of people done thrown up, plenty of places. But I ain't never seen nobody get caught butt ass naked like that, like he was in that picture. Like, I don't see no coming back from that. You know, and you know, I hope he gets the help he needs. And you know, I mean, everybody talk. Look, you never know what people's wives do and don't know, and what arrangements people have. So I'm not speaking on that, because, you know, look, it's people doing all kind of stuff out here. Maybe she's a beard, maybe she didn't know, I don't know. But people are saying, or you know, there was a line going around that they set him up. Now, perhaps he was set up to catch him doing something that he had been doing, and that it was known that he had been doing, and he had been inclined to do. Perhaps somebody set him up to that, just for this purpose, to ruin his career, to, you know, not have to worry about him running no more. Do I believe that? Sure. But you cannot set a person up with something that they are not already inclined to do. Like, you can't set me up with no meth. You can't ever get me in a room to set me up with a bunch of meth. It's just not going to happen. Unless as soon as I walk in the room, you hit me in my head with something that knocked me out. You can't, and that's not what it looked like. You can't set me up with that. So, was it perhaps staged? Was there somebody paid to catch him doing something? Sure. But that happens all the time. How all these evangelical preachers, they get caught because somebody set them up doing stuff they already do, bringing camera, whatever. Marion Barry got caught smoking crack, same way. Hook. Yeah, you can get set up, but different set up to be caught. But that's different than being set up in a situation that you would not ever be in. Like, that's not entrapment. Means that you have set somebody into a position that they would never ever have been in. Like, I don't know, whatever. I don't need an example, y'all. If you can't really entrap nobody with meth. Like, you was in the room, you passed out on the floor, like, and then you could say, well, I can't. I mean, I guess I don't think he was set up though, and I don't think there's no coming back from this. He definitely was not drunk, and there was not. And what wedding were you at? Because you were in a room with a well-known white gay male prostitute. That's the other thing. The guy that he was in the room with, they done found him on the internet and everything. He is a well-known gay escort. So you got set up with the well-known gay escort. You got set up in the room. You got set up with the drugs. You got set up butt naked. Like nah. It looked like y'all was in there having an orgy on drugs. And y'all motherfuckers, you passed the fuck out and somebody caught you out there. And I don't know why. I mean, I can understand, if you that hard on drugs, you that out of control. But I mean, it doesn't seem like it, because how long ago did he run for mayor? Like, that was a couple months ago. So, I mean, either, you was at least functioning. So, I mean, meth can take you down. But I don't know. I just think homeboy is being reckless, which I don't understand. A lot of the gays were saying that's what you get for partying with white gays, because you can't trust them. Kind of like when Malia keep getting set up by her white friends. You got, I don't know. But I was just like, wow, bro. They caught you out. Because I was like, but hey, you could go to rehab. Everybody got drug problems. Maybe you can't run for governor again. But hey, you can always have a comeback story. You can go to the private sector. Whatever. If it was just alcohol, listen, they elect pedophiles and all kind of shit now. So who knows? But that. You can Google that picture. I don't know if you can come back from that, bro. Not that. Like nigga, he had his whole like dick and balls in the camera. They blurred it, but like that was because the picture I saw was like the picture they published was blurred. But I'm sure there's a picture where it's not blurred. So like nigga, we done seen your whole pubic hairs and everything. Like I don't know if you coming back from that, bro. But God bless. I wish you well in rehab. And with your family. And, look, if you are gay, I wish you strength to come out or whatever. Like, it's 2020, it's people that's gay, or bisexual, whatever you are, or swinger. I don't know. I don't know. But, that was Fleetwood on that pillow, brother. So I'm not buying that she was, drunk. Okay. Moving on. So let's go to the Rona. So look, man. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a scientist. I have been reading. I have been keeping up on Rona. So it's a couple things. So I read an article from one of the doctors at the CDC, or there's a story. I don't know if it's an article. It's a story saying that one of the doctors, and it was a Fanucci. I think it was Fanucci, the doctor, said that there was coronavirus could have been out longer than we know. Like it was first detected, I think they said end of February, March, like when we first started hearing about it. But he was saying it could have been out there before that. And then when, people on TL was like, a few people, actually quite a bit of people were like, yo, back in like the end of December, January, I had this real bad flu. I was down. It was like the worst flu I ever had. I thought, a couple people said that, and that might have been the coronavirus. Maybe it was, maybe it wasn't. I don't know. But if it's been out there, if it's been out there longer than we know, then it's quite possible that people have had it. And, which leads me to my next point, that some of us were already immune. I was thinking back, like, I've only had the flu twice in my life. I remember both times. So, but I have, like I said, I do, when I get colds, I do tend to get bronchitis. I didn't have a cold this year though. I've been doing I take care of myself, and I try not to get cold, because that bronchitis, that shit is horrible, and it's really nothing you could do for it, so I try not to get sick, and I didn't. Now it's allergy season, and allergies is your body thinks you have a cold, and so the bronchitis activates, blah blah blah. My Claritin kicks in now, so I got that under control. So I wasn't sick back then, but I know like 4, 5, 6 people that I know personally were like, yo, I had some shit. I think it was that. So this is my thing about the coronavirus. Look, I understand exponential growth. I understand all that. I had my high school science. I was pre-med. It's a long time ago, but I do still remember a good deal of it, and I know how viruses work. I know how they mutate. I get that. But like, I don't feel like the messaging on this is the best, because, we keep hearing about the numbers of positive tests going up. Yes, they're gonna go up, because people are being we figured out we had it. Then now we're doing tests, you know, and now so we're figuring out more people have it, because the majority of the people who have it are asymptomatic. Like if a lot of people have the coronavirus and they don't develop the symptoms, and then you can only pass it in a 2-week period. So the issue is, if like Fanucci said, if it was out in January, December, people had it, they didn't know. We've all, you know, we were in that infectious period, and everybody been traveling and doing everything, they're giving it to other people. Then yeah, the numbers of people who have it is going to rise. But I've been saying in my like very non-scientific way that I don't think just keep saying the numbers of positive tests are helpful, because all you're doing is panicking people. That's why people running out getting toilet paper. Oh my God, it's spreading like it's a zombie apocalypse virus. It's not. Okay, it is a dangerous virus, because if you get it and you're vulnerable or whatever, and it's not just old people, a lot of young people have been dying, but you know, possibly it's mutating, I don't know, or there's different strains, I don't know. But if you get it and you pass it on, and somebody does get it and it bothers their respiratories, they could die. So my thing is like, cool, we going into the social the governor made a very reasonable request. Social distancing. Don't be in more crowds of 50. Stay 6 feet away. I thought it was a very reasonable request. I mean, a little hard for New York City, but you know, the first request was like, stay out of parks. They started canceling like all the shows and the operas and everything. Stay out of parks. Stay out of, you know, large groups. You can still go outside, whatever, but just don't be in the parks and don't be congregating. That's what he said. Well, motherfuckers want to listen to their dumbass president saying it was all hype and it was over, you know, not a big deal and it was just the flu. And niggas purposely went out to the bars and purposely went out to the restaurants and spread that shit all around. So Cuomo was like, okay, kibosh on that. We closing everything. We only doing delivery takeout because y'all don't want to listen. And people still not listening. I'll be honest, I go out every day for my walk, especially up in here in Harlem. I don't know what it is. The people not clicking. The stores are starting to catch on, so they, you know, only letting, I know the Whole Foods now, because I was complaining before, the Whole Foods was full of people. They walking up on you. It was too many people in there, so now they having no more than 10 at a time. Cool, but like, I'm walking down the street today, full sidewalk, me and this dude, full sidewalk. He fucking all the way at the end of the curb decides to come and like walk right past him. I'm like, dude, 6 fucking feet. Why are you so close to me on an empty sidewalk? Stay away. They all in the supermarket line. They all in the line. I'm like, yo, can you please back up? Can you please back up? It's so now we in lockdown. And my thing is like, listen, it's only been like a week. I'm dying in here. I told you I can't do. It's one thing to be in the house because you want to be in the house because like you don't feel like going nowhere. Or, you know, I'm tired. I'll go out tomorrow. I'll do this tomorrow. I'm gonna do that on Wednesday. You know, pace your day out, or just, you know, stay in because it's hot or whatever. That's one thing. But like when you just force, I don't know. I feel different about it. I feel like I'm being told what to do. I feel like my choices are being taken away. I'm feeling like I don't have no control over my life, and I don't like it. And again, I don't like work from home. So it's I don't know how much longer I can be able to do this because you know, and I honestly, like, again, and I said this on Twitter, and I didn't say it scientifically. I said it in like, because I knew what I was trying to say, but I didn't have it fleshed all the way out, right? And so I put some stuff on there, and then, you know, not too many people, but I had a few people, oh, you're spreading dangerous misinformation. I was like, shut the fuck up. No, I'm not. What I'm saying is common fucking sense. And then as soon as I said it, a doctor who's like one of the people working on this did a long ass thread that basically was saying what I was saying, but he put a formula on it and made it official. I was like, thank you. That's what I figured. Like, you don't have to be a scientist to figure this out. Like, and basically what I was saying is, look, if it looking like a lot of people got this virus, maybe we all got it, who knows, but everybody they testing seems to have, you know, popping up. Not everybody, but a good portion of people. So if we all have it, okay, cool, we all got it. They say 98% of the people are asymptomatic. So if I have it, I would be one of those people. I'm asymptomatic, okay? And then I can only pass it on for 2 weeks. So let's just say, you know, because at my job we were doing social distancing before. So let's say I got it on the, you know, 2 week, the first guy that came in and tested positive. Let's say I got it from him, Stretch, because I didn't work on his floor. Don't know who the fuck he was, but let's just say I got it from him. It's already been 2 weeks. Okay, he was traveling back in February. He figured he might be exposed. He starts self-isolating. He got tested. He had it. His family doesn't have it. Okay, that's 2 weeks ago. So that means for me, if I have it, which I don't think I do, but let's just say I do, got it on the trains or whatever, I'm out on my 2 weeks. I can't pass it anymore. So either I don't have it, or I have it and I can't pass no more, right? So I'm like, okay, put me on the list of people who's asymptomatic and or, don't have it at all. I'm sorry, worst case, asymptomatic, can't pass it on. Put me on that list, right? Cool. Put everybody else on that list. Cool. Okay, so why can't we go outside? You know what I'm saying? Like, because at some point, so my point was like, I don't see the benefit of tracking the positive test. What you need to track is the people who have it, and then the people who are getting sick. Track those numbers, the doubling, the tripling, whatever per day, the exponential growth. Those are the numbers that matter, because that's when you're going to be able to tell when you're peak and when you're past your peak. Not by who's testing positive, because it could be that you test everybody and we all have it. What does that tell you? It doesn't tell you anything. So people are like, oh, you can still pass it, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, I understand that you can still pass it, but at some point, everybody who is asymptomatic, like I said, worst case scenario, you have it, you're asymptomatic, you're not able to pass it on anymore. Or you don't have it, but you're out with other asymptomatic people who are not able to pass it on anymore. So who are you going to get it from? My point was, to really be able to track this, it should be the sick people. And some doctor, he said that exactly. He was like, yo, the number, what he said, he did like the number of infected, and then he did the number that are sick, and then he did the number that's dying, and he worked that out. And he was like, okay, so here's the number, so it's I think he said it's at a 3 rate right now. That's the number we need to watch, not the number of tests, because we already know that's going to grow as testing increases. We're going to get more positives. And I was like, thank you, bro. I knew what I was saying was making sense. I just didn't know the scientific terms to say, but I knew what I was saying making sense. And that's why I'm like, and so people are like, oh, they're trying to rush people back to get the economy up. That might be it, but I don't think that's all of it. I think it's because at some point, you should be able to go, people should be able to start going back out, because we'll have known with the people who are going to get sick and the people who are going to die. And I mean, look, I'm not trying to be flippant about it, but like the thing is, we fucked up. Our president fucked up. We reacted too late. So it's going to run its course, right? But at some point, the people who have it are going to, and can affect other people, are all going to be sick, and some are going to die. And then once that number hits that, whatever the peak is, at what point date peak that is, then we'll know we're on the back half. And then that's when you can start to come back out. And so that's what I think they're saying, the April 1st or whatever date they're saying now. Now, I ain't talking about Trump, dumbass. Trump just pulling shit out of his ass. I'm talking about Cuomo and all these other people who are like being responsible while they're saying 45 days. I think that's what it's based off. I don't think it's just based off of, oh, we need to get the economy back. I think they're looking at, look, we know we're going to have a run on the hospitals. We know people are going to get sick. We know people are going to die. But the way this virus works, we know once we get this number, of infected, and then we're not doubling or tripling anymore, we're flattening out, then we know we're peaking. And then so the people who are asymptomatic or not here, we don't have to worry about them anymore, because the chances of them having it and being able to pass it on are none. And in other words, where are they going to get it from? Like all the sick people are here, all the dying people have died. So there's no way to pass it. And I think that's what their timetable is. And that's what the doctor said too. And that's actually what they said happened in China. They said it happened in Hong Kong too, but Hong Kong, I think they said they did it too early or something, and so they have a second swing of it, and they were like, we'll probably get a second swing of it too, but you probably won't be as bad. But like, there's no good sides of this. Like, the stupid ass president wanted to be his fake news or whatever, and now it's out here. But like, I just don't know I don't think it's sustainable. I don't think you're gonna be able to have people in the house for 3 months, and I don't think it's helpful to keep making these numbers, because at some point, because I'm at that point now, I'm like, okay, if you keep telling us yesterday was 2,000 people, tomorrow 6,000 people, next day, if the numbers keep going up and people are staying in the house, but the numbers keep going up because you're just reporting who's testing positive, at some point people are going to just stop the quarantine. They'll be like, well, fuck it, if it's still going up, we all in the house, it must not be working, so we must just all go out, because how is the number still going up if everybody's in the house, right? Because I don't think it's being communicated properly. I don't think that they're, tell us what we need to know. Tell us that, yes, the numbers are going to increase because we're doing more testing, okay? That's not a reflection on who has or doesn't have it. And the only person I see really explaining that well is Governor of New York, Mario Cuomo. And apparently a whole lot of people got a problem with him. He's grandstanding. He's running for president. I don't really see it. I mean, he's the governor. He's the governor of New York. We're the epicenter right now. And he's managing in a global pandemic. So, I mean, he's coming on. He's giving information. He's breaking things down. He's talking in plain terms. The other day, he was like, yo, you're being arrogant. You're being disrespectful. Stop going outside. He's like, I don't know how else to tell you. This is how it works. You know, you can touch a surface. He's not being hair on fire. He's being very calm. He's being very measured. I don't understand how anybody thinks that's grandstanding. It's like they think he's not supposed to govern. Oh, well, Giuliani didn't say anything on that. No, he didn't. Giuliani got his little stupid ass hat. First of all, everybody already knew Giuliani was an asshole and a grandstander, and he got his little hat and went down to 9/11, was playing people's mayor when he really didn't have anything to do with it. It was a federal response. Yeah, you're the mayor of New York City, so you deploying your police and everything. But everybody, what Rudy did was he was on TV all the time on the CNN. Cuomo's not doing that. Cuomo's giving his daily updates that people need to know. He's going on his brother's show. And I think he's doing a good job. And I'm going to be honest, friends. I know a lot of y'all were trying to vote for Cynthia Nixon, the actress, for governor. And I'm like, I'm sorry, I'm not really taking your take seriously, because, like, you make fun of the Trump voters because they wanted to vote a reality star. You want to vote a TV star. Like, how is she qualified to be a governor? Can you imagine if she was a governor right now? Like, what experience does she have to run a state in normal times, let alone during a pandemic? So I'm sorry, friends. Like, I'm just not listening to nothing y'all have to say. I think that Mario's doing a good job. I think he's being a clear communicator. I think he's not tamping down panic. I think he's right to keep the subways and essential services over because of what I just said. Because I think he knows that if you shut everything down and all you have is bad news for people, the numbers are going up, people still getting sick, people are going to start rebelling, because they're going to be like, well, fuck, I might as well go outside. If the numbers are going up, I'm staying in here. I'm staying in because it's supposed to stop the spread, but it's still spreading while I'm staying in the house. And I think he's aware of that. So that's why he's coming on and explaining things. Yo, you could go for a walk. You could do this. You could do that. I think he's doing a good job. I don't think I don't think he's doing it so he could steal a spotlight for president. I just don't. Like, he didn't ask for this pandemic, and when it first happened, he was real low key about it. He was like, yo, we just gonna stay away, but people weren't doing it, so then he had to be a little bit more forceful. Your man de Blasio, I think, is doing an awful job. Every time I see him on TV, all I see him is yelling and spitting and spraying people and talking and demand all the federal government, this and that needs to come in, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, that may be true, but, like, you looking crazy on the news yelling. Mario not doing that. He's like, yo, I don't have the power. I'm just a governor. I don't have the power to order the companies to make the mask and stuff, but I think the president should. And he was like, because, what's happening is we're trying to get the mask, but, people are negotiating. And I think he's doing a good job. I don't think he's grandstanding. I don't know what the fuck people want. I guess we just fallen so far. The bar is just so low on the ground that people mistake just regular ass leadership for grandstanding. Like, what is he supposed to do? What should he do? Like, I don't get it. I think he's doing a good job. And I don't really even see how people are making the connection. He could run for president next time. Sure, he could have been doing that anyway. He didn't need the coronavirus to do that. Anyway, I think he's doing a good job. I already said about the stay well. So the second thing I want to get on it, I guess I should have said it at first when I was talking about how y'all got all day. These live streams, man, listen, please stop sending me your emails about. I don't want to see a live stream. I don't mean to be a party pooper. I understand that people trapped in the house and y'all want to go to the DJ, D Nice and all that party. That's cool. I like D Nice. I remember, taking out your suckers and you don't know how it did. I used to love D Nice when I Fallen Kells. You think he was actually kind of cute. So I'm a fan of D Nice, but I don't want to turn on a live and just see a DJ. All it did was remind me that I was stuck in the house. Like when they said they were going on live, I thought it was like, okay, they gonna be set up, in a club or club situation or whatever, and he gonna be doing his DJ shit. But it was just like he's staring. I'm like, what are you doing? Like Anthony, I'm just like, if you John Legend, perfect example. I like the way John Legend, because he gave a concert, but it was a concert. He was at his piano. He wasn't like, he was just singing his songs like he would if he was at a show and they were filming it. Like, I appreciate that, but these lives where y'all just up in the camera, and listen, I'm not knocking if that helps you get your mind off of it, fine. But I just don't really find it entertaining, and everybody's doing it now. And last night, Timbo and Swiss did the Beats Back. That's fine, cool. My whole point is to put that shit as a playlist on Tidal. I will listen to it while I work, but I'm not tuning into no live feed of your chin and, nostril hairs all up in the fucking screen. Because y'all don't know how to work the video. Like, I'm just not interested in that at all. So, God bless y'all. Stop sending me the emails. I'm not watching your lives. I don't care. DJ set is great. Put out the playlist. Awesome. I'll do my luck. I got to work out in the crib here now. So, my jump rope came, though. So, I get to get some cardio in. That's another thing, man. Like, y'all gotta figure out this gym situation, because that is killing me. You can only do so much workout in the house. I'm sorry. I need a lot of cardio because I'm trying to burn fat. I need a lot of cardio, and I know you can lift weights and all that shit, but it ain't the fucking same. And I just today I put some music on. I was jigging a little bit, and I was all out of breath because it's been like a week and a half. I ain't been on no machines or no row machines or nothing. And, it's just terrible. Like, I refuse to get fat. I've been working too hard to slim down. I mean, I'm still not where I want to be, but I'm way past where I was. And I am not going back up to Chunky Monkey. So, look. Yeah, so, that's about it. Everybody stay well. Wash your hands. If you're in the house, wash your hands. A lady set herself on fire trying to cook with hand sanitizer. I don't understand why you're in your home, why you're using hand sanitizers for on the go, on the run. When you can't get to wash your hands, you on a train or whatever, and you're not going to be nowhere to wash your hands, you throw some hand sanitizer on real quick. That is not a substitute for soap and water. Doesn't, wash your hands. So that's another reason why I think I'm cool. And I think some people, apparently coronavirus was the first introduction they've had to basic hygiene and washing their hands and cleaning their house. That's why everybody ran out and got the Lysol wipes and all that. I've always washed my hands. I've always, I use Lysol wipes just for the hell of it. I have a bleach and water mixture that I use. Plus I have, stuff I buy, but sometimes, I just mix you up some bleach and water and just wipe your shit down real clear. I like the bleach smell. I like it to smell. If it don't smell like, somebody gassed you to death in here, then it's not clean to me. So, I'm just saying. Yeah, so, these episodes, the Corona Diaries, part 1 and 2, whatever. I don't know how long they're gonna be, because again, nothing is moving out here. Nobody's doing anything, so it's not a lot for me to talk about. So I'll try to fill the time as much as I can. And I appreciate y'all for listening. Still, sorry about the sound. It's gonna be a little. I'll try to jig it up as much as I can. But it's gonna be a little hollow because I'm using, again, the computer's mic. I'm not using my one, micro directional pull your voice out of the air mic. So sorry about that. I'll get that back up as soon as that new cord comes in. Yeah, so, I'm Kells at KMGZ on Twitter. If you hit me up, anything, you can add me there. Follow me on Instagram, Genghis Kells. It's also in my Twitter handle, but it's the same. It's the same as my Twitter handle. You can follow the webpage, thanks for asking.co, and you can find this on all the places you can find podcasts. Yeah, so tell your friend, like me, rate me, thank you for passing me on. I see y'all adding me, I see y'all telling your friends, cool. I videotaped this. I'm gonna put this on YouTube, and I'll send y'all a link on Twitter, cause I've not done that part before, so I gotta make sure it merges properly. You know, cause I don't know, I'm in the house, might as well shake it up a little bit. You know, it ain't like I had to rush in and do no shit. So yeah, all right, thanks. See y'all next week. Peace.